Hello and welcome to another Writerly Witterings with me, Michael Jex, the tea drinking author, with a rather nice cup of English breakfast tea. I felt the need for it today. Now, thanks to all the Patreons, you can see them scrolling past here, who are helping support the YouTube channel and various other things. I have been intending to put up two new tiers, two new ideas for Patreons, which is going to be involving me working a bit more with people who are interested in resolving writing issues they might have and helping them with their own work, whether it's writing novels, writing non-fiction, working for business, don't really care which, but hopefully I'm going to be helping people doing that in the not too distant future. However, this last week or two I've been rather heavily involved in organising the conference for the Crime Writers Association, and that has eaten into my time, oddly enough, even over Easter. I've also had strange things happening with my blood sugars, which I think I've just sorted out. Very strange. The numbers started creeping upwards again. I couldn't work out why until early this morning while lying in bed thinking, why is my blood sugar going haywire? And I realised it was probably because I hadn't been drinking enough water during the day, so the blood was getting... Anyway, that's all tedious. Don't forget, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell if you want to be notified of the next video, all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. So, what are we talking about today? Paper. Paper. I like paper. I use paper. When I've written a book, I print it out on paper because paper is good. And when I'm out and about, I will often have a handy, convenient little notebook in my pocket with paper in it. It's good stuff, paper. I quite like field notes because they do fit in this pocket in my shirts. But there are some downsides to field notes. And I think I've just been sent the very best alternative. So let's have a look at what I like and don't like about this and then see how this new one compares. Back in a moment. Okay, so field notes. What do I like about them? What do I dislike? I do like the size. It is very convenient. If I've not got a big enough pocket to be able to carry my Midori Traveller's notebook, these things work superbly well. I do like the type of paper. It's quite nice having this little dot grid. It's good to have areas where you can put in internal comments and notes. Having a ruler is quite handy. The paper is nice. It has little ideas. It has pretty pictures on it. Okay, so this is a nice practical little notebook. What do I dislike though? Well, I dislike the cover intensely. Yeah, they're pretty, they're nice, but they're also paper. Put it in your pocket, go for a walk. If you sweat slightly, I tend to be fairly moderately damp when I'm out walking in the summer, and these things will soak up all the water and make a mess. The paper is good. I like it. I've got various different types here. If I bring it up to show you, you can see here that it is not ideal. Let me put it like that. The ink isn't feathering badly, but it is feathering. Look at the H there. It's feathering badly down at the bottom. This is using Earl Grey, Diamine's Earl Grey, in a Visconti, so it is a gushing pen. This, however, was using Writer's Blood in, I think, a Twisby Fine. And it's coming through. Now, okay, it's not coming through too badly. I can write on this page, but it is not good. If I look at my medium Visconti here, again, it's really coming through quite badly. Not a showstopper for a little lightweight pocket notebook that you want to jot ideas down in. But it's not perfect by any stretch. So I love the size, don't like the cover, the paper could be better. So what's this thing I've been sent? So first of all, this new notebook. It comes from a company called Great Fountain. That's an interesting name. You won't have heard of them because I don't think many people have. I think it's a very new company. But what an interesting idea. Now, I know of this company because of a delightful chap in Italy who contacted me a couple of years ago, I think, with this, which is a stopper. So that when you've been using an ink cartridge, but you haven't finished it, but you want to change the colour of ink you're using, you use these stoppers, shove it into the top of the ink cartridge, and job done. You can put the ink cartridge away somewhere safely without it leaking. That makes a lot of sense. So this gentleman is a particularly thoughtful and inventive fountain pen user who has lots of ideas which are, so far, brilliant. And this, I think, is his latest brilliant bit of genius. The Italians have this way of designing things that look beautiful. Doesn't matter whether it's cars or paper. So this is a little wrapper that came around the notebook. So what does it say? We've got 52 pages of 100 GSM paper. Now I'm just looking in this field notes, which I'm sure is 52 pages again. It will tell me somewhere here, but can I see it right this minute? No, I can't. So all field notes, memo books are made in the US, uses only Futura typeface family, memo dimensions. Oh, who knows? Anyway. So the Great Fountain, 52 pages, 100 GSM paper, it feels it. Pure white with a square cross, it says. And it's 3.5 by 5.5 inches. Which means it is basically an identical size to field notes. So I've been using this a little bit as a test. I took it out with me yesterday. I didn't actually have too much time to write in it. I did write this much. Now, let's have a look at that. There is, as far as I can tell, absolutely no feathering or anything on that. I did think yesterday when I was writing in the sun that it was going to feather, but it didn't. And when you look at the next page, you can't see that you've written on the previous one. So in terms of you and I, folks, fountain pen users, the paper is superb. And I really like this cross arrangement. I've seen it before in other notebooks, and it just makes it easier when you're writing across. If you want to do a line or anything, then it seems to just make it flow more naturally. I like the fact it's got a little comment on the inside, quotation from Benjamin Franklin, and go to the back, and it's got more details about everything to do with the notebooks. But what I really like is, as you can see, it's got a laminated cover. Now, I don't like plastics. I am not an enthusiastic user of plastics. I am a very enthusiastic non-user of plastics wherever possible, which is why I like fountain pens, because yes, they might be made of plastic. Here's a plastic Visconti. But even though it's made of plastic, it's used once, or it's purchased once. It is not just discarded. This is something that will last me my lifetime. And that makes sense. I don't like things that have to be disposed of. With this, the main thing for me is that it's not going to get affected when I go out for a long dog walk and I get damp. The shirt will get damp and this will get damp. But with this laminated cover, it's not going to affect the cover or the notebooks or the notes inside. So what else do I like about it? Well, like field notes, it's got 3 staples holding it in place. So it is robust. The paper is stunningly good. It feels rather like a really good quality Clairefontaine. Very, very smooth. And I have to admit, it's an absolute joy to write on. It just feels glorious. So for my money, in future, I'm going to be buying some of these because I think they're quite fabulous. So there you have it, folks. I do like field notes because it's a very convenient size. Nothing like as good as this stuff though. The paper's gorgeous. I really like the laminated cover because it stops it getting all messy. The paper works superbly. It's the same size as field notes, so it fits in the same pocket. I don't think you can possibly complain about these. That's my thoughts and I'm sticking to them. So, hope that was interesting. Thanks a lot for watching. If you'd like to hit the bell button, or I mentioned it at the beginning, I'll say it again, hit the like and all that stuff. And in the meantime, I'm going to go now and get on with the last few emails and ideas I have to work on for the Crime Writers Association conference, which is coming up, hurtling towards me at great speed now. You wouldn't believe the amount of goodie bags I've got, and how I'm going to get them all to the conference, I'm not sure. That's going to be interesting. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Speak to you soon. I'm going back to my cup of tea now. Cheers.